Remember that weird Apple event last year where they basically announced a service for everything that your heart could desire, from TV to music and even games? Well, since that event, I've been paying for Apple Arcade and quite frankly, I forgot about it. But as things begin to unlock and the world goes back to some sort of normality, I'm starting to travel a lot more on the trains, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to jump right back into Apple Arcade. So I've been exploring the plethora of games that are available, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Hello everybody, my name is Robert, and this is Review Clue. So yes, today we are looking at just 10 games that I've been playing on Apple Arcade right now. There are literally hundreds, and over the year more and more have been released. These are everything from action-adventure to racing and even some more casual games. I've tried to get as many different categories of games in here as I can, just to prove to you that there really is something for everyone. So I suppose I should start off with what is Apple Arcade, because many people haven't heard of it. As noted, it's a subscription service. You pay just £4.99 a month and you can play hundreds of different games across all of your different Apple devices, be that your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, or even for the few people who actually own an Apple TV. All of these games can be played across all of these platforms, though some do scale better than others, and that is worth noting, and you'll see that as we go through some of these games. But without further ado, let's jump right into the 10 games that I've chosen to showcase today that are all a part of Apple Arcade. Let's start off with number 1, Rayman Mini. This game should look and feel pretty familiar to anyone who's been playing the Rayman Origins or Legends games of late. And that's because they're basically the same. The controls are very simplistic compared to their full console counterparts, but its graphics and musical charm still remain, and it's a fun, fast-paced collectathon, which I always keep coming back to unlock more skins and collect every item. If you enjoy your collectathons, this is one of those games that you just have to play. Rayman of late with their 2D style has had so much charm and so much fun energy to it that I just keep coming back to it. Number 2, Simon's Cat, Storytime. If you're looking for something a little slower paced, then Simon's Cat is for you. It's Candy Crush, without the obnoxious ads every 5 seconds. Following, well, Simon, as he tries to clear up his garden and impress his neighbours with this fun and simple art style, and even simpler gameplay mechanics. This puzzle game is deceivingly difficult, and it does do so very quickly, but somehow it still has me coming back for more. This is more of a style that my mother would play game-wise, but I do quite enjoy it every so often just to be able to zone out and play some simple puzzle games. Number 3, Sonic Racing. This is the closest you're going to find to a kart racing game on the Apple Arcade platform, but that doesn't mean it's a good one. The controls feel pretty unresponsive at times while drifting around a corner, and the AI are just arseholes wanting to ruin your day. If you want to get your kart racing fix without the microtransactions and happen to quite enjoy the Sonic universe, this one is for you. Otherwise, you're probably better off buying something like Mario Kart World Tour. It's free to start. Number 4, Skate City. Growing up, I spent hours on end enjoying both the Skate and the Tony Hawk games. So when I saw this Skate game on Apple Arcade, I was really hopeful, but unfortunately it just didn't quite scratch that nostalgic itch that I have. It's still very capable and a fun arcade-style skateboarding game, with a quirky art style and simple control scheme. But it really did just become simply too repetitive very quickly, and I found myself just not enjoying it after a while. This one I can see myself playing in small bursts, but it's definitely not something that you'd play for a long period of time. Number 5, Fantasian. If you thought Apple Arcade was just for the quick pick up and play games, you will be sorely mistaken. Fantasian is a very in-depth, turn-based RPG, similar to the likes of Final Fantasy. With a gripping story, great characters and a robust turn-based system, the game really can hold its own in the RPG world, though the controls don't always scale very well to certain devices. I played all of these games on my Mac to capture the footage, and I just found that having to physically click somewhere on the screen with my mouse was jarring. I'd have much preferred to have been able to move around with the W, A, S and D keys, or even the arrow keys. So that's just something to keep in mind, that some of these games don't scale very well to the different devices, but they are playable on all. Number 6, Oceanhorn 2. If turn-based really isn't your thing, Apple Arcade has you covered there too, with this action RPG called Oceanhorn 2. This game is akin to Breath of the Wild, with its simply stunning graphics, a rich open world and fun story all mixed into one. This is one I keep going back to, and it's a must-play for any Apple Arcade fan, even if it's just to experience the stunning open world that it has to offer. Now is a great time to say, if you're enjoying this video, if you're enjoying this style of content and you're not subscribed yet, then please do go ahead and get down there, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification icon. And of course, if I've missed a game that you think I should cover, let me know in the comment section and maybe I'll do another one of these. Number 7, the Oregon Trail. This really wasn't my cup of tea, but I know for so many key people, this game is a blast from the past. You can relive the original game with updated graphics and even better story, which is slightly more politically correct. Take your wagon and team to Oregon, fighting disease, exhaustion and so much more along the way. This game is an absolute classic, and if you haven't experienced it yet, this is the best place to do so. Number 8, What the Golf. This game truly will have you asking, what the golf? With a range of fun, wacky and absurd mini-games based around golf. A particular highlight of mine was when I was playing through and I was going to swing my club at the ball, but when I let go, my player went flying across the screen in the direction instead. If you want to play a quick pick up and play game that doesn't take itself too seriously, then What the Golf is a must play. It really is wacky and fun, but it also has this charm to it that you just have to love. I'm going to have to keep looking at my iPad for this one. I'm going to have to read this off my iPad, this is awful. Takino, Natucci, Pop, Bit Tap, Beat. There you go. This is another game that my childhood left behind. Remember those rhythm-based games like Guitar Hero or even Donkey Konga? Well, this is the Japanese equivalent and it is so much fun. The tracklist here is pretty wacky and that's half of its charm. I found myself bopping along to each and every song. During my testing of this game, I did find myself losing hours to this. And in particular, the inclusion of Baby Metal's Give Me Chocolate was just something that really did put a smile on my face. It's simple, it's fun, it's addictive, and it will keep you coming back for more. Finally, number 10, Crossy Road Castle. This is one of my favourite Apple Arcade games to date, and I couldn't tell you why. It is just simple and it is fun. In this super fun, super easy and super addictive platformer, with an art style that we know and love from the Crossy Road games. This can be played as a single or multiplayer game with friends, and it's yet another collectathon, much like Rayman, but with a more laid back and fun approach to its room layouts. This is one game I kept finding myself coming back to, and quite honestly, when it comes to Apple Arcade, it's just one of those ones that you have to play, and you will lose hours to this, be that in the single or the multiplayer. So there we have it, guys. That has been just 10 of the almost hundreds of Apple Arcade games that are available for you to play right now. Did I miss your favourite one? If I did, let me know in the comment section down below, and if you got this far in the video, you basically just have to subscribe now because we're best friends. Anyway guys, my name's been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.